This guy sells a course on making money. So does this guy. And this guy. And they're all rich. But did they get rich from using the methods in their course? Absolutely not. So how did they do it? Well, by selling courses. And I'm going to teach you how to do it as well.
I'm gonna teach each and every one of you to be Captain fucking Ahab. Get it?
Step number 1. Make up a job for yourself. Make sure you create a false occupation and then create a specialist course in it. It can be anything. Check the latest craze at the moment and make it your identity. Make a dropshipping course, a stock market course, an SMMA course, a law of attraction course, a self-development course, anything. You don't have to know anything about it except that there's demand for it and it will make you money. Step number 2. Target the young and vulnerable. The best people to sell your course to is the young generation. They'll have less knowledge and critical thinking to know that you're full of crap. I mean, they'll believe anything to escape the mundanity of school or university, or be desperate enough to eat up anything if it provides a sense of freedom from this crumbling society that is failing them, or the burden of the financial turmoil of a 9 to 5 awaiting them. But we don't care about that. All we care about is the cult-like following that is about to catalyze your success. And once this happens, it will be like taking candy from a baby, which they are. Number 3. Build your audience. You have to be on top of your game with this one. Building an audience isn't an overnight thing. It may take months or years. After picking your preferred occupation that should cater to the needs of your wide-eyed, hope-filled young subscribers, read up a bit about it. Before you click off, trust me, this is the extent of work you'll do towards your course. Just some basic knowledge which you can acquire from YouTube or books so that you can start making generalized videos on them on YouTube itself. This is key. The videos have to be general and not give any secrets away.
If you can just make that £11 per hour, like I said, that's 6 figures.
I mean, how would you expect to sell a course by actually helping people? You must only cover the tip of the iceberg, and any practical tips are a no-go. You don't actually want them to accomplish anything. Number 4. Become their drug dealer. Build a dopamine cycle. Hook your consumers to your videos. By constantly making generalized videos that seem like they're going somewhere but never do, will give your audience the illusion of progress and accomplishment. They'll no longer care about the content of what you're selling or why they even began in the first place. All they care about is the dopamine and instant gratification your videos give them. That's what they're after. Since you've targeted a depressed and desperate audience, they'll be even more susceptible to your dopamine cycles. Your videos must simply be action faking, the most lethal form of procrastination and delusion. Famished repeat customers are a goldmine and the fast track to success. They'll come back each time to replenish themselves because they are addicted to your videos. Now, if you're making a self-development course, you're in luck. You can actually teach your audience about dopamine cycles while hooking them to yours. Another psychological mind game you can play is reinforcing the idea of toxic positivity. This will motivate them to keep coming back despite no actual change in their circumstances. Number 5. Create some sense of connection with your audience. Like I said, people are more desperate than ever. Use this pain to your advantage. Use this unfortunate world we live in as leverage. Tell them that you too were young and in their position once. You too wanted to be happy and fulfilled, and you too were as lonely and depressed as they are.
I was getting bullied, I was getting beat up, I was getting pushed around. I would never ask questions they would put on my hand. Right after school, I would just grab my backpack, go to my locker, not look at anyone, not make any eye contact, and just go home. Shortly after that, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 16 years old.
They'll form parasocial relationships with you and die on the hill that is you. These people are useful and will always believe you. Number 6. Compromise your morals. Now that you have solidified a young, stable audience over some time, it's time to make your course live. It's a golden opportunity to dish out a course to your loyal audience. They are hungry for the next dopamine hit, the next thing that will change their lives and guarantee success, even though you've never given it to them. And guess what? You still won't. This course can give them a bit more than normal, more technical points, but it's not going to fulfill the promised land. This is the ultimate and final key. The course must be some hocus pocus to leave your consumers still broke, still unfulfilled, and still with a blind faith that you will change their lives. You are changing their lives, but for the worse. Pro tip, have 2 or 3 regurgitated testimonies and shove them down people's throats so they're convinced of your sainthood. Number 7, create your price point. Depending on how bold you are, the price of the course can be as inflated as you like. You see, since people think they need your course or are attached to you specifically, the price elasticity of demand for your course is very low. You can say your course is worth anything. You can get away with exploiting their already low bank accounts. I mean, if you're selling a course on financial freedom, especially to your young demographic, you are very well aware that your audience is piss poor, but that is no excuse to charge low rates.
As a beginner, you want to avoid getting into any type of business that requires you burning through money to take it off the ground. And that's because usually as a beginner, you don't have any money to start with. You're going to be getting this full bundle for only $995.
Have faith that they will muster up as many savings to make you filthy rich. Number 8, advertise your course everywhere. If it isn't advertised on every single finance channel out there, you're doing something wrong. Rent a few Lambos and suits and you're good to go. Now, the final step won't be revealed in this video. Join my 5k course today to learn how to be rich quick. I hope you learned some practical steps on how to get rich quick. Once completed, just sit back, relax, and watch the money roll in.